Play it with Xbox Game Pass.
Hello and welcome to the Microsoft Flight Simulator News Dispatcher for the date of October 17th, 2019. In today's episode, we'll be looking at the latest and greatest updates from Microsoft on their new and upcoming simulator, starting with the homepage of their website. So we've had a development update today, and Microsoft want to thank everybody. Okay, now in this episode, we're going to be talking specifically about third-party support. What exactly does that mean and what will you get? We're also going to go through a little bit about what you can expect in the development roadmap update, which is available in the Insider Home. I'm not going to show it, of course. You need to go inside the Insider Home to see that. But what we will do is showcase the episode 1 video from the Discovery series that came out last week. Episode 2 will come out next week. It seems that this is a fortnightly series, previewing every other week. So Microsoft want to say a big thank you. On behalf of the entire Microsoft Flight Simulator team, we'd like to express our sincere appreciation to the community for all the valuable feedback we received from the community on the first episode of the Feature Discovery series. Now, this is only our first step in our collaboration with you. The importance of this step to the team cannot be overstated. For all the feedback, all the effort spent writing comments, asking questions, daring to hold out hope when the past has been littered with unmet expectations, we hear you. And we are going to do our best to keep building this experience with you, which I think is really important that they say with you. In the meantime, thank you. It's been a great boost to the team regarding all the feedback from Lionel's presentation on the world we're building, which is big in case you missed it. Now, episode 2 will preview on the 24th of October, which is next week, and they will be releasing the next episode called Sky, and it features a detailed look at the world that we're going to be able to fly in. And it talks about the importance of this world in the simulator that they're building and how it affects the plane. Now, a lot of the information from the episode you'll most likely already know from the socialites that got first-hand experience, and they actually talked about the Sky a little bit briefly, and also in question time people asked questions, but they're going to be going into more depth. So check out that for next week. If you haven't already signed up to the Insider Home, please go sign up. It is worth it. Now, what other news did they release? Well, they released news about their tech alpha. So I'm just going to break from the video here for a moment and show you that the Tech Alpha 1 registration has now ended. Okay, Microsoft want to thank everybody for signing up, but unfortunately, the recruitment process is now closed for the Tech Alpha 1. Okay, now if you did sign up for it, from the 17th to the 24th of October, you will get an email if you've been accepted. Okay, if you haven't been accepted, we'll go into detail a bit what you can do for that. But it basically states that you're going to get an email between the 17th and the 24th if you've been accepted, and you will get your hands on a build of the simulator on the 24th of October, like we discussed in previous episodes. Now, for those of you who don't get this email between those dates, don't worry, you haven't been accepted, sadly, for the first Tech Alpha, but you will be automatically selected and added to a pool of potential candidates for the next build, which will be coming at the end of November. Registration for Tech Alpha 2 will begin end of November. So sit back. If you're not into this one, you most likely will get into the next one. It does sound like Microsoft are giving everybody an opportunity to try out the Tech Alpha. Now, they probably are choosing candidates for the Tech Alpha 1 based on internet speeds and computer hardware. Nothing to do with a person, being a celebrity on social media or, having any type of long-standing relationship with Microsoft, or even one of the socialites that went. It's most likely going to be based upon that DX notification that you sent off about the specs about your machine. So don't worry if you haven't signed up. If you haven't already signed up, you will get another opportunity to sign up in the end of November. So going back to the video of episode 1 and the news, there's been a Development Road update for November and December. Go check that out in the Insider Home. It basically states about partnership announcement series kicking off, which will kick off around mid-November, go through to December, and gives you a preview of November and December for what they expect to release. Now, Microsoft, they're in the final stages of preparing to release the first series of announcement for their partner series. What does that mean? They are working on wrapping up the final few details right now, and they're targeting mid-November for officially kicking off the series, which will provide insight into all the amazing partnerships taking part in the development of the next generation of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, the next update, by the way, will come on the 24th of October. The Tech Alpha will arrive, but for this week, we want to talk a little bit more about that partner announcement series. Now, what is it exactly? Well, the partner series is going to be talking about third-party developers partnering with Microsoft to give us content for their new simulator. And one studio has already come forth called Flight Studios. They used to be called OFX, I believe, and they started a year ago, and they are motivated by the idea of changing the consumption model of flight simulator enthusiasts. And now that the business model seems to prove its avant-garde nature, it will perfectly match the new Microsoft simulator ecosystem. To push things forward, we now offer a 2-year subscription program to cover the development part of Microsoft Flight Simulator before it's released in 2020 and the first year of operation of this new flight simulator. What? 2-year subscription program? I thought Microsoft said that there was no subscription program. Well, don't fret, this is not Microsoft enforcing this. Okay, this is Flight Studios enforcing this. They have partnered with Microsoft. They already offered a subscription program for their company called OFX, where basically you pay a set amount a month and you have access to all their products. Now, here is their homepage on their website. I'll put a link in the description box below. And basically, they offer a subscription where you can then download all this stuff for free. They do have a freeware section on their website as well, so you can actually go and get some freeware straight away. But most of it, you will have a subscription for them. Now, they've renamed their studios to Flight Studios, okay? And they talk exactly what they are talking with Microsoft about, okay? But let me talk a bit more about the FS Plus membership. 15 euros for a 2-year access program, okay? And for that, you will get full access to the download center with unlimited downloads as long as you're a member. It's a secured payment process, and it's for 2 years, not just a monthly subscription. It's for 2 years. What you'll also get is Microsoft updates about their products and news before it's actually released. And how can they do this? Because they've partnershiped with Microsoft, okay? So basically, they've also they're basically stating that there's a lot of stuff that we currently use in simulators like P3D and X-Plane and FSX that are going to be irrelevant when Microsoft release their new sim. Now, this kind of explains why we've had so many sales and special purchases from companies like Orbex, Aerosoft, PMDG. They've been doing a lot of sales recently in terms of they've reduced the price for a short-term period of all their products, and a lot of people have gone and bought them. This is basically the last final grab. This is the death throat grab to the public to try and get as much profit as they can before people begin to abandon these things. Because at the end of the day, when Microsoft release their new sim, a lot of people will move completely away from the likes of P3D, FSX, or possibly even an X-Plane, and just use the Microsoft Flight Sim because it will cover everything. But there will be a lot of people that stay behind and don't move and continue to use P3D X-Plane and FSX and are loyal and dedicated to these. And these are the customers that will continue to buy add-ons from people such as Orbex and Aerosoft and Mega Scenery Earth. But those who have moved on to Microsoft, these add-ons here will become irrelevant. So you will not need to buy Landclass and Vector. You will not need to buy PhotoWheel products anymore, AutoGen for houses or trees, even the weather engine. This will all come as standard, a part of the Microsoft world that they're building. But what you will be able to buy from third-party developers is airports with high detail. So basically, when it releases, they've got like more than 45,000 airports, okay, as a default in their sim. Now, a lot of these will be considered low polygon standard, but still better than what we get with default airports in our current simulators now. And what will happen is third-party developers will be able to create airports with high detail, probably even better than the detailed airports you get in current simulators. There'll also be some specific buildings in remote places of the world which have outdated data available. So this, for many reasons, is why partnerships are taking place, because there will be add-ons to purchase. So your Flight Sim core will be as is, and then you will be able to select add-ons from third-party support. So in a way, Microsoft are sticking true to what they said. It's not a subscription model, but they can't speak for the third parties that they're talking with. So from a consumer point of view, you perhaps will be paying a subscription model for some of your Microsoft Flight Simulator products, or you'll be buying them like as a one-off. You know, like I want Miami Airport in there, so I'll just buy that as a one-off payment. You don't have to do any of this though in order to enjoy your sim. You can still use the default airport system that they use, but looking back in the history of Microsoft Flight Simulation, whatever comes default is never as good as the third-party support that you get, you know, to add in. Like P3D and FSX and even X-Plane now. You know, if you want a really good-looking sim, you have to build that world with third-party add-ons to make it that great. You know, the performance is brilliant out the box of the actual sim, but then you enhance the visual look with third-party support. This is the partnership that Microsoft are creating with their support for partnerships. This is what they'll be talking about mid-November when they release their partnership series. And that's it for this series, for this episode. If there is anything you feel I overlooked in today's episode, or if there's a topic you would like for us to discuss, please leave your comments below and I'll consider it for next week's show. But for me, I'm signing off. Thank you for watching, and next week we will check out we will talk about the Sky episode and check out the new updates, and you will either have the sim in your hands or you won't. Take care. Bye bye.